They really. Go ahead.
What actually happened was they actually rewrote the Mahavamsam. Was actually, if you look at a lot of Buddhism's organizations in Canada or across the world, they actually try to disassociate themselves with Sri Lanka, because what they've done is actually change the script of the Mahavamsam, which called the Tamil people demons and bloodsuckers. And because of that reason, you can ask a lot of Buddhists here that they believe that the Sri Lankan monks are not, the Sri Lankan Buddhist monks are not the real Buddhist monks, or they don't practice Buddhism as it's supposed to be practiced. And that's what's caused a lot of hate between the Sinhalese community and the Tamil community, because as a young child, as a Sinhalese young child, you're taught that Tamils are evil, Tamils are demons and bloodsuckers. And when you're a Sinhalese child and you're growing up believing that, the main problem becomes a complete hate towards the Tamil people. And people need to realize that. A lot of people need to understand that that is one of the core problems in Sri Lanka, and that needs to be addressed right away. And I want to add another point is, Sri Lanka is one of the only countries that has about 30 Buddhist monks on parliament. In 2002, when the ceasefire was called, the Buddhist monks were the only ones to reject the ceasefire, and were the only ones to continuously for 4 years reject the ceasefire agreement. And why is that? Nobody knows. Ceasefire was supposed to bring peace to the country. It wasn't supposed to divide the country. It was supposed to bring peace to all of Sri Lanka and unite all of Sri Lanka, and under a federalistic model. But what actually happened was the Buddhist monks were adamant in not supporting the Tamil people and not supporting or giving them the legitimate voice they really deserve.
Do you think that the way that you've also been labeled as terrorists, you think perhaps the way it's been written, that you're bloodsuckers and so on, has actually made other people afraid of you, like other countries? Do you think they look at you in that sense?
I believe they do, because this war against terror that the Bush administration started demonized all Tamil people, especially in Canada. In 2006, when we were labeled as the Tamil Tigers were labeled as a terrorist organization, what ended up happening was there was a number of articles in the Toronto Star, in the media itself, that called Tamil people terrorists. They related a fraud charge against a Tamil person to an LTTE front trying to gain money for the organization. And what actually ended up happening was it started demonizing Tamil people. And if you notice, Indian Tamil started differentiating themselves from being Tamil. They actually started calling, no, I'm Indian, not Tamil. And that became a serious problem that needed to be addressed. And even now, to this day, Tamil people, when we're walking down the streets, or if I'm talking to a friend who's non-Tamil, and I say I'm Tamil, he's like, oh, you're a Tamil Tiger terrorist. And it automatically demonized us as a people. We're not terrorists. What we are Tamil people trying to preserve our Tamil culture.
Gotcha.